Hello everybody and welcome back to Crypto Oracles. So in today's video, I want to tell you everything about Tornado Cash. So you may know that in blockchain and cryptocurrencies, most transactions are somewhat anonymous in the sense that the only things you can actually see is the block in the blockchain that contains the information about your transaction in between the wallet sending the tokens and the wallet receiving the tokens. Now, of course, those wallets can also be linked to you as a person. So for example, if you have a Binance account, you will register to Binance using your password. If you have a Ledger wallet, you will bought your Ledger on their website and you will use your password. So it is possible to link a transaction to you as a person, even in cryptocurrencies. Now, there is times in which we really want to be anonymous. And in our Discord, which you should definitely join, I will link it in the description down below, we have been talking about the current conflict in between Russia and Ukraine and how money has been raised to help Ukraine in the last couple of weeks. Now, especially in those circumstances, you would want to be as private as possible and as anonymous as possible. And Tornado Cash comes in place by allowing you to be 100% anonymous in the way you send tokens through the blockchain. Now, before I get started, as you can see from the sites here, these are our NFTs that we're going to be releasing in the upcoming months, and they are going to be the passwords to our DAO, and they will give you access to our Discord private channels, to our algos, to our applications, to our dashboard, and so on and so on. So I just want to show you what they look like. We've been working with a set of artists from across Europe for the past 3 months to generate these amazing pieces of art. You know, if you're not interested in cryptocurrencies, you would definitely be interested in owning one of these just for how cool they look. And we will be deploying them on OpenSea and possibly secondary markets as well to make it as cheap as possible to pay for the minting fees. And we will keep you updated on the Discord on when this is going to happen, but definitely don't miss the opportunity to join our channels now and get whitelisted by inviting people to join our Discord. So let me get started right away now talking about Tornado Cash. So let's take a look at their website, as we always do in these cases. So Tornado Classic and Tornado Cash Nova is the two types of available protocols that Tornado Cash currently offers. Tornado Cash Classic is a fully decentralized protocol for private transactions on Ethereum. And Tornado Cash Nova is basically just the latest version that allows you for a bit more flexibility. Now, how does Tornado Cash actually work? This is really interesting. So you have 3 phases. You have to deposit, you have to wait, and then you can withdraw, or somebody can withdraw on the other hand. So a user generates a random key, which is called a note, and deposit Ether or an ERC20 token. I think they now support other blockchains as well. Along with submitting a hash of the node to the Tornado Cash smart contract. It's actually already done for you through the app. After depositing, the user should wait some amount of time. The longer you wait, the more private your transaction will be. And on the other end, you can withdraw by submitting a proof of having a valid key to one of the nodes that are deposited in the contract. So how does it achieve privacy? Well, Tornado Cash improves transaction privacy by breaking the on-chain link between the source and destination address. So definitely really interesting project. It's actually quite simple. One thing that caught my eye was anonymity mining. So by using Tornado Cash itself, so by simply, sending money or using the protocol, you also mine Torn, which is the native token and the governance token for Tornado Cash. The more you use it, the more say you have in the evolution of the protocol. Of course, this is fully decentralized and the token is used for governance as well. Right, so let me take you through the docs. There is some more information in the documentation as well. So where is Tornado Cash at? So in 2019, they started with just Ethereum blockchain. And then in June this year, 2021, they started deploying on other blockchains and they have Binance, Polygon, Noise, Avalanche, Optimism, and Arbitrum 1. So a couple of layer 2s as well in there. How does it run? It functions for a series of smart contracts requesting tool chains that are fully open source, which is also really cool. It works as a DAO and uses the Torn token for governance, and mining smart contracts are deployed by its community. I found interesting as well that they use IPFS, which is the Interplanetary File System, to host their user interface, which means that this is owned by the community and minimizes the risk of any data being deleted. So in terms of taking a bit of look into the details of how Tornado Cash works, it uses smart contracts that upset tokens deposit from one address and enable their withdrawal from a different address. And the smart contract works as a pool that makes all the deposited assets. You basically have a big pool, you deposit your token, you get given a note, and then on the counterpart, you can give the note, and then they can access those funds in the pool using the same note. Tornado Cash uses a private note that gets generated and works as a private key to access the funds. Tornado Cash Nova doesn't even need this and leverage zk-rollups that we're going to take a look at in a second. So contribution of zk snark and hashing process. Tornado Cash uses zero knowledge succinct's non-interactive argument of knowledge, also called zk snark, to verify and allow transactions. So if you don't know what zk-rollups are, we did a separate video in our channel. You should definitely check it out. It's a great way of keeping transactions much more private and anonymous than they currently are on most blockchains. So let's take a look at the UI together. This is actually really simple. If I make it a little bigger for you, this is all you really have to do. You fund and withdraw, and then when you fund, you just say how much ETH you want to fund, and the recipient address is the pool address, and then you fund, and they will give you a note that acts as a secret key that you can then share with the counterpart you want to send the money to. In terms of metrics, I also find it quite interesting. There is a total of 2.5 million ETH deposited for a total of $5.5 billion. So definitely a big protocol. They raised about 10 million just in fees, but I think that's quite honest actually if you look at how much money got deposited. 12,000 users, so not even those many users for the amount of money deposited, and 42,000 unique users when we look at withdrawals as well. Total deposit, 11,000 deposits, and if we take a look at withdrawal per week and monthly withdrawals, we see definitely an increase since the protocol was born and they started adding more and more chains. I'm going to take a look at the technical analysis in 1 minute as well. So, of course, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap. So fully diluted market cap is 473 millions, and actual current market cap is 52 millions. So it's pretty much 1 to 10, which doesn't give me too much confidence. I usually like to look at projects that have a fully diluted market cap as close as possible as the current market cap, which means that not all the tokens are in circulation, so only 10% of the tokens here are in circulation, which is, of course, can put a lot of sell pressure on the price. If you look at the chart, when they launched, they were priced at $400, and I think their historical minimum was somewhere around $20 just a few months ago. And as of today, it's trading at about $47 and recently spiked in the last month. I can see why, especially if you're looking at the Russian conflicts and you're thinking about, who may be interested in making sure that the transactions are anonymous. Anything going on with Ukraine and Russia right now would definitely fuel the protocol. And as a matter of fact, I've been taking part in different videos and podcasts in which this was the main topic. So if we look at their socials, they definitely have a big follow, 40,000 followers, and a really active Twitter page. Pardon me. All right, and now let's just take a look at the technicals. So, if you're interested in Torn, in their token, or you're interested in investing in Tornado Cash, of course, this is not a financial advice. Actually, this chart kind of gave me a bit of a challenge, to be honest. I'm looking at Poloniex Exchange simply because they listed this pretty much when it launched. And I'm just looking at the last couple of months in between October and now. So it broke a long downtrend. So Tornado Cash was trading in this very long-term downtrend here, downtrend channel here. And it finally broke the trend just a couple of weeks ago, the 11th of February, so about 4 weeks ago. And after it broke the trend, a lot of volume came in, as we've seen in the beginning of March as well, and is now uptrending again. If you look on the 4 hours, maybe it's a bit more interesting. And I think we should probably switch to Binance. That has definitely more volume and it gives us a bit more indication. So as you can see, this has been uptrending since the mid-February, where the price was just about $20. So it's 2x'd since that point in time. If we trace a couple of lines just to give you an idea, I think this is the current trend line on the 4 hours. And It is honestly a challenging technical analysis because of how small the market cap is on this coin, and there's not really that much volume after all. On 4 hours, and I think even on a 1 day, it's currently not that overheated. So in terms of stochastic RSI, it is midpoint, and the RSI is also trending towards midpoint. The MACD line was definitely indicating a buy entry back at the end of January. So if you're interested in this right now, I would say wait for confirmation, wait for the stochastic RSI to fall a little bit further, wait for the RSI to maybe reach a 53 level, and wait for the price to drop at least closer to this trend line. Maybe, and most likely we'll find support probably in this zone. So a possible entry would be at around $40 to $42. So this is it for today, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. Don't forget to join our Discord and get whitelisted for our amazing NFTs. Join our Telegram chats and feel free to ask any questions. It will be a pleasure to answer. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.